a serene calm on the beautiful Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, about to be shattered by the roar of stock cars. Wind them up and let them go. That's what we're about to do. Fast Friday continues with qualifying for the Monster Energy Series presented by K&M. Beautiful day, a lot of sun. Temperature made its way up to about 76 earlier. Track temp now 108 degrees and a few clouds. And note the flag and how it is stretched out there. That is going to be one of the stories of qualifying. So welcome back as we get ready to go after an hour and a half of practice. Now you're set to tackle 3 different length straightaways, 3 different radius and bank turns, and oh, by the way, shifty business.
Yeah, well, now it's time to scare yourself. Because I think Jeff may allude this in our practice show. I have seen guys, and I've done it myself, pick up a second here over what you practiced. And that's just how much you pick up a little in turn 1, you pick up a little in 2, and you pick up a little in 3, and the first thing you know, that mounts up to be quite a quick lap around here. So that's what I'll be watching. I know you're going to shift down in turn 1. Not sure about turn 2. I personally wouldn't shift there. I'd be wanting to focus on getting across there with the best line I could, not with shifting gears. So what do you think? You raced here before I have.
Well, you already talked about all the challenges that these drivers are going to be faced with here in qualifying. In order to pick up 3/4 of a second or a second, however much we're going to see here, they're going to deal with some very difficult new things. That the track temp has gone up. The wind is picked up, and all that does is sail you down into turn 1. And oh, by the way, you got to stop. You got to slow down and do that downshift that DW alluded to. That's going to be really difficult to find that 3/4 of a second or whatever they're going to pick up.
3,500-foot front straightaway, and you're going to have that wind right at your tail all the way down into turn 1, and then pushing the car up the racetrack as you try to negotiate the corner. Here's a look at NASCAR's most unique racetrack. There's the straightaway at Bristol. There's the straightaway at Charlotte. It's roughly half of this distance, 3,740 feet. And then when you come out of turn 1 onto the long con straight, that is 3,000 feet long. Widest, close to the longest straightaway in all of racing. And what turn 4, of course. Here's Matt Yoakum.
Kevin Harvick trying for his first pole and win here at Pocono. A few final conversations with Cheddar Bob Smith, your car chief. Are you going to be cloud watching? When there's someone behind the cloud, you can just feel the temperature come down.
I leave the cloud watching to you because that's usually where you're looking is in the clouds. So, no, it definitely doesn't hurt anything here. So I think on a cool day like this, everything is going to go fairly good for condition-wise, just for the fact that it's cool outside. So that tailwind down into turn 1 might be a different story. So you already have a pretty big head of steam. So not overdriving turn 1 will be hard for me not to do because I read back in my notes, and that's pretty common for me to overdrive turn 1 and miss the bottom. So we'll see. Our Busch Ford's been good, and hopefully it stays that way.
Jeff and DW, was that a challenge for you guys, overdriving turn 1?
It sure was for me.
I was always guilty of letting off maybe a little too early.
Pole position qualifying for Sunday's 400 miler. Next.